here's a real key. If you'll live off the protected assets, you're going to feel awesome during retirement, because even during down markets, your lifestyle isn't being affected. Hey folks, Colin Richards here again. And once again, I'm excited to be talking to you in this particular mini-series on why we want to go big on the U.S. Okay, God bless America. I love my country. I love where I live. I love the privileges, the rights, the opportunities that are given to us here. It's why people want to immigrate to this land from all over the world. And are we perfect? No. Do we have problems? Yes. But I have visited many other countries, and honestly, it is not hard when I get back to the U.S. to lean down and kiss the dirty ground, but be thankful for this United States of America. And sometimes when I'm talking to clients, we get a little bit down, a little bit what we call bearish on the U.S., its economy, its markets, and people start to think, well, maybe there's better opportunities elsewhere in the world. And I'm not against a globally diversified portfolio. There's especially opportunity in the areas we call developing nations, right? Emerging markets, markets that are trying to get their feet, young countries that maybe have struggled in the past, where we're really going to reach out and help and invest in those countries. That's tremendous. You know, at Lord & Richards, we do that through our foundation. And also, of course, we encourage you as clients to invest in the world. But I want to be really strong on U.S. positions, especially going into this year with our GDP at the top, our growth in GDP at the top, our population growth and projections at the top, as well as our energy output at the top. This is a great time to buy into the USA. So the first thing I want you to do is take a look at U.S. equity. That's stock. That's your chance to take a piece of ownership in a company, or, as we prefer, a diversified group of companies that represent a variety of interests of tremendous value going forward. And at Lord & Richards, we're going to help you do that. We encourage you to be fairly aggressive, because we're going to take other money and get that safe. I'll talk about that in a moment. But, you know, we're not completely trusting of the markets. We know they go both up and down. Expect several years of downs within any decade. But then we want to also further diversify our asset allocation into things like bonds. U.S. debt. Right now, there's great opportunity. There's great rates in simple things like savings accounts, much less U.S. government bonds. And so we want that as well. But I also want you to consider a couple of moves in addition to being strong on U.S. equity, U.S. debt. I want you to implement what I would call barbell risk management. This is a concept I got from a behavioral psychologist who studies the market, who's talked to a lot of very influential and successful investors, and gotten a real feel for how people tend to respond in both good and bad markets. And what he discovered is that the best approach, both for your personal anxiety level, especially in retirement, as well as performance of your portfolio, is what we call a barbell. Picture a barbell, a big strong man lifting this bar that has two big weights, one on each side. And on the one side, we're going to have an aggressive approach to growth. We're going to have a strategy that invests in the U.S., in domestic as well as foreign markets, emerging markets, developed markets. We're going to have a well-diversified but fairly aggressive strategy. And that strategy is going to have some volatility in it. So I'm going to show you in a second how we're going to deal with that. But for right now, kind of an aggressive side. Then on the other side, we want a side that can still grow strongly, but we're going to put in principal protection. Okay, and that's more than just diversification. That's more than just spreading your risk around. I'm talking about putting you in vehicles today that have zero market exposure on the downside, but will allow you to participate in the up of the market on the upside. There's no free lunch. There's nothing too good to be true. These tend to be longer-term vehicles for mature investors. And that's one of the things that we do at Lord & Richards. We teach you how to utilize not only aggressive investments on the one side, but protected and growing investments on the other. And the balance of risk between those tends to be much more palatable. And here's a real key. If you'll live off the protected assets, you're going to feel awesome during retirement, because even during down markets, your lifestyle isn't being affected. Now, what about those aggressive assets? Is there anything else we can do to help with those so that we're not overly exposed to the market's downside? Oh, I'm glad you asked. That's institutional risk management. You see, if you go to Harvard, Yale, the Children's Hospital, DU, pension funds, insurance companies, foundations, endowments, these are huge pools of money that seem to get preferential treatment when it comes to risk management. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to pool together the collective might of our clients and go out into the marketplace with billions of dollars and draw in some of the finest talent in risk management that's available today. And we can do wonderful things to reduce some of that volatility, not eliminate. That's on the other end of the barbell, right? Protected and growing. But on this side, where we're going to be aggressive, we're going to want to take the edge off of that. And we do some pretty cool stuff. We do hedging. We use vehicles like buffered ETFs. These are just wonderful products that have become available to normal people like you and me. We call it the democratization of asset management, the ability to get access to things that normally were reserved for the super wealthy or the highest possible net worth type institutions like foundations, pension funds, and so forth. So there's so much to learn about all of these strategies. I'd like to invite you to something. Give us a call and not only check in to come meet with us, but I'd love for you to check in to one of our college courses. So Lord & Richards is proud to be a financial sponsor of the Financial Independence University. This university was created to be a nonprofit. It's not there to take in excess funds. There's a small fee for class, but it's just enough to cover your materials. And over 2 nights, you get the opportunity to go deep on financial education, every significant topic for helping you become financially independent. I would really encourage you to take advantage of this. This is not always available. Lord & Richards, Financial Independence University, sponsored by Lord & Richards. Financial Independence University is a sponsor and a partner with CSU, CU, as well as Colorado Christian University. And we host classes at all of these, and you need to give us a call and sign up. In just a moment, I'm going to give you that phone number, but I wanted to remind you that we never stop learning, right? We never stop growing. And yes, we're happy for you to delegate the key responsibility of managing risk and helping to develop a well-balanced, powerful financial plan that will get you to and through retirement safely, so that you can be financially independent. But we also want our clients to know what the landscape looks like, to know what the world looks like today. So here at Lord & Richards, we're talking to people just like you every single day about how you can achieve financial independence and do it without worry. And it involves strategies like the barbell. It involves strategies like institutional risk management. It involves strategies like betting big on the U.S. because we're at a high point right now as a country. All of this comes together in what we call a financial independence review. You'll learn more about that by visiting us or checking us out at our Financial Independence University classes at CSU, CU, or Colorado Christian University coming up here. Just give us a call, reach out to us, and we'd be delighted to help you take your next step to achieve financial independence without worry. I'd be delighted to chat.